My name is Abigail Young. I am the owner and creator of AJ Young Designs. I am also the lead alterationist here at the Reading Fashion Alliance. I also create costumes for local theaters. I've done film. I just kind of explore with all the categories of sewing. I started probably back in 2016 or 15. I had to start somewhere. And so I got myself a teacher. I started to sew some Victorian gowns, and I really wanted to do costume design. I acted, I sang, but I really had a passion for the clothes. I grew up in Yreka, California, and then I traveled to LA. I did some art school and some fashion school up in San Francisco, and then I moved my way here to Reading, and I've been here for, I would say, 6 years. I was kind of more advanced than I realized when I was doing the Academy of Arts. So I dropped that school and I got my first job doing alterations in Palo Cedro, and fell in love with it and fell in love with the culture of the clients that came with alterations and that came with custom designs. And then I got a job with Paula's Alterations. Those ladies really taught me how garment construction works. I just kind of honed in on my craft and got really good at it. And I stayed there for about 3 years, then COVID hit. So that was a different transition for really everybody. And then I got a job in Chico with David's Bridal, which I was an alterationist there. I learned so much that after I was done with that job, I believe there was nothing I couldn't do alteration-wise. And the Reading Fashion Alliance contacted me and convinced me to go have a job with them, and I worked for their production line, told them I could do alterations, started that. It kind of bloomed and blossomed. I've been here for coming up on my 3 years in October. They allow me to create, design, build my clientele, and also do costumes for local theaters. I've done 3 shows at Axiom, Hamlet, Cinderella, and The Play That Goes Wrong. And there's going to be some more in the future, so I'm excited for that. Through the Fashion Alliance, I also got an offer to work on a film, and that was a local film called The Dresden Sun, and I worked as a set costume designer in there. I slowly climbed up the ladder and finished out the film. I was part of an organization called SAS, and it's called Single Action Shooting Society, and it's competition shooting. So in 2016, when I started my first collection of Victorian gowns, there was a midnight blue silk satin gown, and that's what I started with. So I had no idea how to sew. I only knew a tiny bit here and there, learned how to read a pattern and how to fit it to my body. There was a lot of trial and error and a lot of redoing of the outfits. And at that time, I couldn't find the dresses that I really wanted, or either they were just too expensive. And so I was like, I want to create my gowns and really create my characters. And you also had to have an alias name. So my name was Disastrous Daisy, and that's what I was registered as. And then you had to dress all in your regalia. So they would call you up, Disastrous Daisy, and then you would start the whole thing, and you're in this gown of whatever your character was. I started that when I was 12, and so I started to make my character when I was around 16, and then that's when I got my gold gown. That was in the 1860s, and that one I wore for reenactments in our local town of Yreka. We would have Gold Rush days. And then when I was in college, after I graduated high school, I had to apply for a scholarship and also a placement test for the Academy of Arts. And so I had to have one more dress to be done to really make it complete. And so that's when I created the 1880s or 1870s burgundy gown. And that one I did completely without any help from a teacher, and it was my first gown that I was like, I can do this. And I did it in my dormitory, I did it in the lobby area, and pulled an all-nighter on it, shopped up for all the fabric in downtown at the Fashion District, and it was really exciting. And I finished it, and then I went back to Yreka, and I did a collaborative effort with Tiana Sheridan. She's a photographer in Yreka, and she helped me kind of create this vibe and look and this world. of Victorian ladies. I really want to just get into the costume design. I want to do more film. That would be my goal, and I want to create worlds for people. I want to make people feel confident. I love the costuming, because when an actor puts on the outfit, I feel like they just get all jazzed up and then they become their character, and I just watch them get all giddy and excited, and then I'm like, let's do this. I do want to get into custom design, but that one's just like a little bit of a challenging one, just because I like the glitz and glam of things. I like things to look dramatic, and so there's very few occasions here in Reading where people really get to express that. But you know, maybe I could be the change of that and encourage people to step out of their comfort zone, and we just make them themselves, but maybe times 10, so it's a little bit more exaggerated. I would say if you wanted to get into costume design, fashion design, any sewing career, it's never too late. But I would say if you do it with confidence, you do it with passion, and you do it with dedication, you can't lose, and it's only going to get better and better every single time you do it. I'm excited for Reading, and I'm excited for all the artists that are starting to pop up in all different categories. And I would just really wish that all of us would come together and just know that we work in big teams and we can make creations happen, and in all categories of art. And I just want to see a giant collaboration happen, and just do what you love, and don't stop doing it, and don't let anyone else tell you you can't do it.